In our Media Freedom campaign today, we highlight the track record of the various governments under the Fourth Republic when it comes to promotion and defense of the media. Check this out.
If any journalist continues, these we are talking about, very soon as the Commissioner for National Affairs to read a gist of what, and the AG of what they have done. And you agree with me, some of them were given several warnings.
Prior to the Fourth Republic, there was a culture of silence. According to the National Reconciliation Commission, attacks on the media constituted the highest forms of violations in the country.
Hello? You better shut up when I'm talking, okay?
President Rawlings then liberalized the media by repealing previous laws the PNDC signed.
This country is not going back. She's moving only forward.
Many private newspapers that had been prohibited by former President Rawlings' own 1989 newspaper licensing law suddenly reappeared. Despite the letter of the law, the Rawlings government continued to pile pressure on the state press and intimidate the private press. Cabral Blay Amihie, then head of the West African Journalists Association and editor of the independent newspaper, was arrested by armed soldiers. The Ghanaian Chronicle and the Free Press were similarly attacked in 1994 and 1996.
I, John Ejekum Kufuor.
After the election in 2000 of John Ejekum Kufuor, the tensions between the private media and government decreased. Kufuor was a supporter of free press and repealed the criminal libel law. The press freedom environment started deteriorating after the MPP won its second term in 2004 with the attacks on the then editor of the Enquirer, Raymond Archer, over the Gizeryazi and Harune Seku kickback reports being a high point. Indeed, in 2015, the Media Foundation for West Africa cited 24 media violations in 2008 as the worst in the last decade, predominated by physical attacks.
The year 2011 was an action year.
Under President Mills, media freedoms were safeguarded. According to the World Press Freedom Ranking, the late president's average 28 ranking was better than that of his predecessor, whose average rank was 47. That notwithstanding, 2009 recorded the second highest number of physical attacks on journalists between 2004 and 2015. Perhaps the biggest blot on the record of the Mills administration was a boycott of the Multimedia Group Limited in March 2012.
The Media Development Fund is being restructured by the Ministry of Communications to allow for continuous financing of vital and critical activities and programs needed to respond to the current trends in journalism.
When then Vice President John Mahama took over from his mentor, there was a lot of hope for media practice in the country, largely because he had often touted his membership of the Inky fraternity. Indeed, it was during his tenure in 2014 that Ghana had its best World Press Freedom ranking published by Reporters Without Borders. On the other hand, assault on a journalist by presidential staffer Stan Dogbe led to Ghana's drop in the World Press Freedom ranking by the US-based Freedom House in 2015. 2016 saw some legal developments favorable to press freedom. In June, the government withdrew the interception of postal packets and telecommunications messages bill, known as the Spy Bill, from parliamentary consideration.
It is my duty and my privilege to declare Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana.
President Akufo-Addo's ascension to the highest office of the land was good news for media freedom, since he was the Attorney General that repealed the criminal and seditious libel laws, a feat he has always been proud of.
As Attorney General, under the government of the great Ghanaian statesman, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor, the second President of the Fourth Republic, I led the process in Parliament for the repeal of the criminal libel law. The repeal, when it occurred on 27 July 2001, was a very happy day for me, representing one of the high points of my public career.
Indeed, After so many years, the Right to Information Bill has been passed into law. Despite these laurels, there have been deepening worries about attacks on the media. Ghana has recorded at least 41 violations of media rights between February 2017 and March 2019. From the murder of Ahmed Swale, through the assault of Latif Idris and 20 others, to the attack on media houses, and for the first time in the Fourth Republic, eventual shutdown of two known opposition media groups, Radio Gold and Radio XYZ. That's not all. There have also been detentions, threats, torture, and the seizure of equipment, all under this government.